let's go back to regular programming. Okay. Think of my pages like SABC 1, 2, and 3. There's going to be different topics that are South African inspired a lot of the time, but there'll be like, different programs. But by regular programming, I mean the motivations behind creating my page and sharing my life. My name is Renelo Matlesan. I'm 32 years old. I stay with my parents and I don't have children. And it's been a challenge. It's been amazing. It's been hard. It's been, and all of that. And, I made the decision when I was 15 that I didn't want to become a single mother. And at that age, I may not have really understood what that meant, but I did make a vow to myself and with some other friends, but I did make a vow to myself that I would not have a child outside of marriage. And I was 15 years old at that time, in grade 9. I was like, nope, it's not going to be me. I'm not going to do it. At that time, my mother had already made the the nuances of don't make me a grandmother before what, and I was like, girl, yeah, high five. So now at the age of 15, at that time, I had told myself, girl, this cannot be you. Me, never. Single mother. Ha. I will not. I will try prevent by all means necessary in order for it to not become me. And for me, that meant getting married before having children, okay? And throughout life, since the age of 15, that's how I've always thought. I'm like, no matter what I get into, it's not like I haven't dated. It's not like I haven't had a boyfriend. I've even lived with a man before, which is another story. I don't think I'd ever do it again. I'd never live with a man I'm not married to. And it wasn't a bad story. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about this guy. It was one of the best relationships I've ever been in. I really enjoyed actually living with a man, like, because it really made me be able to practice some of the things I've always wanted to do, cooking and cleaning and taking care of a household and all of that. But the relationship ended when he wanted to do something different. Like, we were planning on getting engaged and married, and he even asked my mom if he could marry me, and it just never happened. And then I noticed it. I was like, there's something wrong here. This guy's not telling me something. And I think I broke up with him emotionally and mentally 2 months before we actually physically broke up. And then it took me about 2 weeks to leave the apartment. But yeah, I digress. We'll talk about that another day. But my experience of being childless in my 30s, because I always thought, okay, I made this vow at 15, but I was like, no, by like 23, 24, I'm going to get married, 25, start having kids. By the time I'm 30, I would have had all my children. That was my plan. That was my mindset. But I always knew that I needed to get married. Even though I had a plan of what age I'd want to be married and what age I want to start having children, I never let the desire of having children overshadow my commitment to myself that I want to get married. So now, how I feel about it is the older I get, the more I question, do I want children? Like, honestly, so. The more I question, like, do I actually want children? Like, I'm not sure. I love children. Like, I absolutely love children. I used to work in childcare for 8 years, with different families, age groups, babies to teenagers, all of that. I love children. As a kid, I was like, I'm gonna have 6 children. Like, I grew up as an only child and with a single mother, so it was just us. I would play my own games, whatever. In my mind, I'm like, I want 6 children. I'm gonna pop out 2 sets of twins, and then what. I've always wanted a big family and lots of children. And then it became to, at least can I have more than 2 or 3? Because as an only child and a single child, yeah, only child, single child. Hey guys, English. As an only child, I didn't feel lonely as a child because maybe I'm kind of like selfish that way. I was like, no, I have all the attention and whatever. But it feels more lonely the older you get, especially when life happens, when you have to start working to support the family, when you have to look after other family members. It's only on you. Like, you're the only one there to do it. There's no brother or sister to call. And I would question, what would it be like to have siblings? So from 6 children, it became, at least can I have 2 or 3? Like, I need to have more than one so that they're not lonely in life. Now it's like, can I just get married? Like, and if I don't get married, I won't have children. That's also another thing I came to the realization of as I grew, when I said that, when I made the commitment to myself at 15 that I don't want to have children out of wedlock. I had to come to the realization that if I never get married, will I have children in general? I had to ask myself that. Like, honestly, had to ask myself that. And the honest answer for me was no. Like, my initial commitment was to not make myself a single mother. And there are women that choose to be single mothers, and for me it was never like I would do that, because I didn't want to be a single mother. My desire to have children is not a maternal desire in terms of I have to have children because I'm a woman. My desire to have children is to raise them in a household that has a father, because I didn't have a father. And I don't want to raise children in a household that doesn't have a father, and we're married and we're together and we're in love, sorting things out. Love is not perfect, humans are not perfect. We probably fight at some point, but at least we would be together. And I have stipulations. I had stipulations then and I have stipulations now. When I get married, I don't want to have a child like boom, like 3 months, 6 months we're having a child. Please, let us be married and enjoy marriage. Okay, let us enjoy marriage. I want like to be married, and then like maybe year 3 we start trying to have a baby. Let us be married, enjoy married, be broke, be rich, make money, not make money. No, make money. We're making money. Let us travel, let us experience just our environment, just the two of us before we get married. Because another mindset about marriage that I had was that I've seen a lot of people define marriage by being a parent. Seen a lot of people define their marriage by their children and being parents, and not by the actual unity between them as two people. And I never want that experience. So yeah, that's kind of where I am in my mindset. I'm kind of like, okay, God, if I never have children, can I at least be married? I mean, because who wants to live the rest of their life alone? But I'd also be content with it. It's not like I'm out here depressed or anything, but it's roller coaster. You have emotions. Sometimes you're like, oh, I wish I was married. And then you're like, no, I'm okay. Oh, I wish I had children, but no, I don't want to raise them by myself. Like, so yeah. So for all my girlies that joined my page because you are single or married without children, because you decided by choice that you would be child free or childless, I haven't forgotten about us. It's just a lot happening. It's like wow, like this outlet and the reception from you guys is amazing. And we're gonna live our lives child free until whatever point you decide to have a child, for your decision, and hopefully in a two-parent household. But let's enjoy our lives. People like to say we're miserable. I am not miserable. Today I woke up at 1 p.m. I woke up at 1. Look at my bed. I woke up at 1 o'clock because I was like, I'm not waking up early. It's the weekend. I wake up early every other day of the week. I'm waking up late. 1 o'clock I woke up and I'm like, what do I want to do? Because why? I don't have a child, so I can decide.